Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's early morning for me. It's 4 in the afternoon on a Saturday. I'm doing this like a day late, but hey, sue me. It was Christmas the other day, for Christ's sake. And I got, I, I've got the World's End World's End pre-show going on right now, and the YouTube gimmick on a tablet right now. And it, it, seeing Sleepy Hoot yet on another pay-per-view pre-show about to get waxed. This time he's going to get Dorada and Bandito. It's like, yeah, yeah. See what happens. See what happens, Rocky. It's like, yeah, you kayfabe, and that's your job. You're jobbing on pre-shows. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I kid. I kid. I love Hoots being busy. Well, this is a busy next couple days for him. It's like between this and Wrestle Kingdom, right? And plus the rest of the card tonight, which is going to be an all timer. Feeling they're going to lead off with Okada versus Takeshita, the dream match, right? And the card's just going to keep getting better from there. And it's like AEW, it's an embarrassment of riches. They can't help themselves. It's like they're so goddamn stacked. They're on a great run of pay-per-views, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I mean, there'd have to be a really serious fuck up in this, tonight to derail their momentum going on. Whereas, SmackDown's actually got now under a million views. What are they doing with SmackDown? What are they doing with SmackDown? But they have no idea. Now I see that they're scouring the earth for tag teams all of a sudden because they suddenly want to build up the tag team division. Well, what do you expect when you let go, let go of some tag team veterans that happen to employ me? I'm just saying. I'm not saying again. Just saying. I'm going to talk about the boys for a second. The boys, the boys, yeah, the boys got some needed, a couple days off for Christmas. Well deserved. Like big hoot cryptid hunting in the Virgin Islands. Uh, catching lobsters all over the place, and the gun basically housebounding at the Allegra compound. Good for him. It's like they need a time off. They need at least a couple days of break, right? Because last week, last couple days of the year, they hit the ground running because they were in Detroit, they were in Chicago. Uh, they were in Chicago last night. Today they're in Detroit. At least I hope they're in Detroit. They've actually found the right airport to fly out of. Some bitches. You would think think Easy E would. I don't think Easy E would. I'm not going to throw Easy under the bus for this because I don't think he was driving because he wouldn't make that mistake. He wouldn't make that mistake at all. I like that they're in Detroit wrestling for Rhino's promotion, and I see Heath Reigns is on the card. Damo, Heath, and Saraya/Page. It Machine Gun's buddy in the Sobriety Club. If you don't know what the Sobriety Club is, look it up. That's a it's an interesting organization that just started like a couple months ago, and they're the Machine Gun and Soraya are spokespeople for it. And it's interesting mission, right? And like I said, just look into that. But now, is there a chance that New Year's Eve the boys are going to be doing something from Japan for live talk shop? I kind of doubt it because the time difference. The time difference is a motherfucker for 'em. Not for me, but for everybody else. It's a mind fuck for them. Because basically, if they did it like in regular time here, it'd be like about 10, and be like doing it about noon their time in Japan. It's like you want jealous day drinking? That's a recipe for disaster. It always has been. But it's gonna be. Well, we'll see. We'll see, right? And we got and this whole move to believe for the pot for the tissues. It's like if you don't know what believe is, it's like they also host like a keeping it 100, Conan's podcast and Fournette's podcast. So they have a track record of of like wrestling podcasts. So it's not like it's sort of a lateral move, really. But the way Gunn keeps talking about it, it's like it's a stepping stone for potential stepping stone for some people in the nest. Maybe if I'm inferring it correctly or not. Yeah, that's kind of what probably part of the reason why he wants to bring Bobby Fish in for Bobby's podcast because it would strengthen the serious or serious radio portion of serious radio portion of this Patreon that he wants to do, right? Um, oh, one match down already. All right, Sisters of Sin, yay! Julia's a good kid, and Sky Blue's gonna be real good in the future, right? And I'll be talking more about the World's End like next week, because doing this, it's like I'm gonna miss a lot, and it's like a whole lot has happened over the week. I mean, Dynamite Collision at Hammerstein was ridiculous in all the best ways, especially Collision. Just straight bangers, all Continental Classic matches, all pretty much on the entire show. It was spectacular, right? It was being a G1, G1 aficionado. It was basically like the last. It's like watching the last day of like the last day before the before the semifinals and finals. Like the final day, it's usually like, it's nothing but chaos. You know, booking in Gato is what they would call it. It's like you figure you know who's going to win, but no, 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 no. Like Gato laughs at your brackets, which is a common refrain. Because Square Circle Reddit usually does a thing where they they do like a prediction thread on the G1 and stuff and try and predict matches and outcomes. And it's like, yeah, more often than not, it's like 90% of the brackets are destroyed within like the first two matches. So, yeah, I see Eddie's coming out. Yay! But I think they're gonna be teasing Grizzled Young Veterans versus Eddie uh, mm, Eddie and Monkey. It should be good because I haven't seen them together in a while, actually. Eddie wasting no time. God damn, I love that boy. I love that guy. Fired up. Well, I'll take both of you on. Fuck you. Yeah, yeah, that's Eddie. Eddie's about to get a monster push. And speaking of monster pushes, they're actually te- dirt sheets are teasing that they're actually gonna have Kenny get in the main event mix finally. He must be recovered enough that from the surgery and everything that they're gonna they're actually gonna trust him health wise to get to have serious bangers with a lot of people. It's like, ooh, I look bad. Like I got hit in the neck. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Love being kayfabe. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, a little bit distracted because I'm watching Eddie be Eddie. No problem with that at all. It's like it's so good. And you know, since it is like this will be the last pot of the year this year for me. Been amazing. It gives me a little bit of time to reflect. It's like it's been an amazing 10 month. 10 months. And the boys started this back up. Started doing the got out of jail technically. In February. We started the Patreon, and then Machine Gun out of the blue said, "Hey, boy, hey, you want to be a moderator?" It's like it's been off to the races ever since for me. It's like I haven't missed a single day in the Patreon. If that makes me a masochist, maybe, but I'm so, I respect the boys so much. I don't want to let them down, right? That's why I keep them. When I start, when especially when Machine Gun asked me to out of the blue to start doing this podcast thing, right? And no experience, hitting the ground, throw you in the deep end. It's like no experience. Do it, learning new technology on the fly, right? Dealing with a stammering problem, and being an introvert by nature, and basically, you know, yeah, yeah, it's good friend Cherry Bomb could say it, fake it till you make it, and and for the most part, for I would say for the first 5 or 6 episodes of the podcast, I cut because I've learning while doing, sort of finding my feet. It's like or at some people in the Falcons nest, who, been encouraging, saying, it gets easier the more you do it, and it's true. It's very true. It's like keep up, and sort of like watching game film afterwards. It's like basically when I record one of these things, I immediately I will watch it once and then load and publish it to YouTube, and then I'll come back to it like before. come back to it before I do like the next episode and basically like go over it like like a dissecting film and basically it's okay, what can I do to improve here? What can I do to improve there? It's like you have to be your own harshest critic. You know, there, trust me, there's nobody more harsh on their shit than me. Uh, it's kind of it's help. It's a help and a hindrance for a lot of stuff I've done in my career, in my life. I was that way when I was a budding music journalist back in the '80s. I for a time I used to write for an industry magazine in Los Angeles called Music Connection. It wasn't really, it was an experience more than anything. I I would get paid like $5 to $10 an article for like $5 to $10 like for a record review. I mean, $15 for live concert reviews. This was back in the '80s. Like pays a lot better now, but back then it was like because it was like it's like stringer work, what they call stringer work, like freelance shit. It's like, but it was caught. I stopped doing it because it was it was costing me like I was spending like about 150 bucks to drive up to LA, spend a weekend up there, in a shitty hotel. There used to be like a real, so there's like a rundown hotel that's like right below Spago on the Sunset Strip. And, rooms were, it was like, because the rooms were like $40 a night back then. And the Whiskey A Go Go was like in walking distance. You could just walk like about 100 feet, and you're at the front door of the whiskey. And there's a whiskey in the rainbow and Duvaris. And because yeah, old heads would know about Duvaris, but Ortiz, yay, yeah, okay, I see what they're doing. Um, it was like diminishing returns. It's like okay, I'm basically operating at a loss here. If I didn't know any better, I was like 21, 22 when I was doing that. It was about around the same time. Yeah, 91. It's like 91, 92. About around the same time, my brother was like was playing shows up in LA. And I might have helped out with doing a live review of one of their shows, and then got them a lot of press. Hey, nepotism works. Nepotism works if done right. It's like, I can admit it, right? I can admit it now because statute of limitations. I mean, it's been like 30 something years since that happened. Yeah, that's scary. 'Cause if next year is the 40th anniversary of when my brother started his band. Yeah, they started the band to get when my brother got out and was like just graduating high school, like in 1986. That's when he was. So they recorded the debut album like in their early 20s, and like yeah, that's why everybody was like blown away when it first came out. Because how young are these guys? And they're doing this. It's like they understand the work ethic that they had back then. Sort of instilled in them, right? And I hope that's I try to that's that same work ethic in what I do because I don't want you know don't want to take the easy route and stuff. And so far, this isn't the easy route. This isn't the easy route. It's just basically keep your head down, ignore the noise and just go for it. You know, I'm not some like, self-help guru or anything. I mean, fucking look at me. Do I look like a goddamn motivational speaker? It's like, shit. I mean, for crying out loud. I do what I can, right? And, and I can only fault, I can- and so doing these podcasts, basically, you find a niche, what you're good at, what, what you know know the best, right? There's two things I know the best, and it's wrestling and it's metal. That's what, you know, being growing up in a household where like, you would hear like, growing up in a household was basically having an uncle that would, have Pink Floyd. And he was one of the first. My uncle was one of the first to own the first Van Halen album. That was the first album I got. First out, and the first album I actually really fell in love with. Right, Van Halen one. Basically, it's like that was not like nothing else. And it was like off the races after that. Like the first record I ever bought was like Styx's Cornerstone. Looking back and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. It's like, but it doesn't it helps that it's kind of weird because my immediate, my immediate family, it's like, relations were heavily involved in music in a strange way because my aunts and uncles, for a time, lived in Rockford, Illinois, and right around the time that Cheap Trick was coming up as a bar, in the bars, and I distinctly remember like I was 7 years old. Like it was like one of the many family reunions at the grandfather's house, right? The big talk was like everybody was like giving my aunt's new boyfriend the side eye. It's like, who the hell is this guy, right? And oh, he called himself Robin. Yeah, yeah, Robin Zander. Looking back at it now, it's like, holy, man, it's like, what? Yeah, it's like one of my aunts was one of Robin Zander's girlfriend back in the bar band days. So, and had an uncle and no who was real tight with the band. It's like they were basically like band friends from way back. So in a strange way, it's like the whole music sort of been part of surrounding the family pretty much, and and it sort of influenced what me and my brother ended up doing. Brother had the band, me doing music realism. Then we both started doing stagehand work, and now my brother still does the band. And he's also done. He also does live events. Now he's worked his way up from doing like roadie stuff to becoming part of Live Nation. You know, and it's amazing what 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 choices you make choices you make in your life take you, right. It's like, okay, where's this late choice taking me? I have no idea, but it's going to be an interesting journey, and I hope it turns out to be. Do I expect it to be a lucrative one? No, no, I don't. That would be silly, right? That would be extremely silly, and because I'm not going to delude myself. It's like I'm not going to be a millionaire doing this, right? Not for, percentages are very low. And very low on that shit. It's, I just hope I, do something that, makes a difference for somebody.